All right, well, welcome back to The Explainer. Let's just jump right in. We're talking about week 18 of pregnancy. This week is huge. So much is happening with your baby's development, and you're probably noticing some interesting changes yourself. We're going to cover all of it, the baby's sensory development, what's going on with your body, and I've got this wild but true fact that connects you to in a way you've probably never even thought about. Okay, let's kick things off with a pretty cool question. Think about this. When you're sitting down to eat, enjoying your dinner, ever wonder if your baby is tasting it too? Believe it or not, the answer is yes, and how it happens is just wild. Those flavors from your food, the garlic, the spices, whatever you're eating, they actually pass right into the amniotic fluid. So your baby is quite literally getting a little preview of your meals. It's their very first taste test. And taste is just one piece of the puzzle. That brings us to our first section, all the incredible sensory development that's happening right now. So to give you an idea of size, your baby is about 5.5 inches long right now. Think about the size of a sweet potato. That's about where we're at. And they're weighing in around 7 ounces. I mean, they are just growing like crazy, building that foundation for, well, everything that's coming next. This week is just a massive sensory explosion for them. We already talked about taste, and get this, some research says that exposing them to lots of different flavors now could mean they're less of a picky eater later on. How cool is that? On top of that, their ears are basically fully formed, so they can hear your voice, your heartbeat, everything. Their nervous system is connected, so they can feel touch, and their little lungs, they're already practicing breathing. It's just so much happening all at once. And this is where you can really start connecting. Since they can hear you, now's a great time to talk to your belly, read a book out loud, play some music. And it's not just a cute thing to do. It's been shown that hearing your familiar voice can actually help soothe them once they're born. Okay, so that's a lot going on with the baby. But what about you? Let's get into our second section, what's becoming the new normal for your body, and some of the changes you might not have expected. All right, first up, you might be noticing the start of that famous pregnancy waddle. If you feel like you're swaying a little when you walk, don't worry, that's totally normal. Your center of gravity is shifting as your belly grows, so your body just naturally adjusts to keep you stable. It's actually pretty smart. And how about this one? Does it ever feel like you just walked across the room but your body thinks you climbed a mountain? Yeah, getting out of breath super easily is a classic symptom around now, and there's a really good reason for it. The reason is pretty incredible, actually. Your body is pumping about 50% more blood right now to support the baby. That's a huge increase. So your heart and lungs are working overtime, and that's why you get winded. All that extra blood, that's the fuel for that sensory explosion we were just talking about for your baby. It's all connected. Okay, so we know what's happening, but what can you do about it? Let's move on to some real solutions to help you feel a bit more comfortable. So, to help with your balance, really focus on your posture and maybe grab some supportive shoes. It seriously helps. For the breathlessness, the answer is simple. Slow down. Give yourself a break. Your body is doing a ton of work. And for pretty much everything else, hydrate. Water is your best friend right now. It helps all that extra blood flow exactly where it needs to go. Oh, and let's talk about leg cramps. The ones that wake you up in the middle of the night. They're usually from pressure on your nerves and blood vessels. But you can do a few things. A little stretching before bed can help. Hydrating. Yep, water again. And try to get more potassium and magnesium from foods like bananas or spinach. Okay, we're at our last section. And like I promised at the beginning, I've got a really surprising fact for you. It's a connection that might totally change the way you think about those little movements you're starting to feel. So you might be feeling these little rhythmic pulses in your belly. They can feel a little weird, but they're super common. They're actually called fetal hiccups. But what are they really? And this is the amazing part. Those little hiccups, that's your baby practicing breathing. They're actually inhaling and exhaling amniotic fluid, getting their diaphragms strong and ready for their first real breath. So every single one of those little twitches, that's them, getting ready for life on the outside. It's incredible. So from tasting your food to hiccuping to practice breathing, week 18 is just packed with these amazing little milestones. It really makes you think, right? So I'll leave you with this question. What's been the biggest surprise for you on this journey so far? Thanks for hanging out with us on The Explainer. We'll catch you on the next one.